Good morning. Welcome to Thursday. It's the start of another day. My name is Daniel McCrane with McCrane Associates, and small business owners choose to work with us to increase their profitability, expand their scalability, and solidify their legacy because we guarantee our work in those areas. Now, let's talk today about the importance of building a management team that can run the business without you. Now, it should be pretty obvious that if you're going to increase the value of your business, if you're going to be able to step away from it, then you need to have a business that can run itself, where you are not involved in the actual everyday, day to day operations of the business. You can still be involved in the business, working on vision and driving the momentum and different things like that. But when it comes to actually running the business day to day, you need to find ways to remove yourself from those pieces of the business. That way, the business has more value. A potential buyer will be more interested in buying that business when the day comes when you're ready to sell it. Until then, you get a chance to take breaks and take vacations and just enjoy life. So, how do you? Here's the question then: how do you get that manager, that internal manager, ready to take over? So, in the recruiting world, I'm going to borrow some terminology here from HR, from recruiting. There's this idea of build, buy, or borrow. And so let's talk through those three things here in a moment. Build means that you work with someone internally, you get them ready to move into a new position. So you build them up and get them ready. Buy means that you are buying something. In this case, you're buying someone. You're going out, you're posting a position, you're bringing someone in, you're offering a salary. So you're buying that talent that you need in your business. The third is borrow, and this would be temporary. Can you bring someone in on a temporary basis, maybe pay them as a 1099 contractor to fill that role or that position? Now, ideally, what we're looking at is how can you build someone, a current team member, into that position of general manager or a manager in particular? How do you go about doing that? Well, this is actually something that at McCrane Associates we do. We actually specialize in this. It's kind of how we got started in business, actually. But you start by taking a look at the role itself. You look at the job description, figure out what needs to be done, what skills are necessary to fulfill on this position. Then you take a look at everyone within your organization. Maybe you have someone in mind already who you want to step up and move into this role. So then you do an assessment of that person and you figure out what skills do they currently have, what's the gap to moving into this role, what skills do they need to develop. Is that something that you can give them experience within your business so that they can start to acquire those skills, so they can learn the judgment that's necessary to make the decisions the way you would want them to make decisions in the business? Or is that something you need to send them off somewhere? Do they need to go somewhere and take some classes? Do they need to get some coaching? Or can you provide that coaching? Can you do it internally? But you may need to do it externally. You may have to bring someone in externally so that they can provide that training and that coaching for someone to get them ready. But this is what you start to do. You start to teach them about things. You start to give them experiences. You start to coach them a little bit to be able to take over that role. And that's how you build that person internally. Now, it's ideal if you have a plan in place and that plan gets developed by, like I said, you evaluate the role, you evaluate the person, you figure out what the gap is, and then you create a plan, a development plan for that person to grow into that role. So, like I said, this is something that at McCrane Associates, we do this. We can help you do this. So, if you want us to have a conversation, if you want to talk to us about what that would look like in your business, I'd love to have that conversation with you. Here's my contact information, phone number, and email address. So, feel free to reach out, and I would love to talk with you about developing key people within your business so we can actually turn it into a real business, not just something that runs you, but something you can actually step away from and enjoy life while you own that business. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end here. Have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.